Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today I'm actually building in Del Sol Valley, which is a world I don't build in very often, probably because it's very small. And the area that I like of it, which is this area of the world, the lots are very big. And I don't know why that is, but I was in the mood to build something that looked like it lived in this area, it was built or constructed in this area, so we're building a family home in the world of Del Sol Valley today. This ends up being a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom home coming in at 47,435 simoleons. And I think it's really, really cute. It has this beautiful roof. I am using this arched window in the front, which is actually from the Industrial Loft kit. I think it made such a cool statement window in the front, and I also played around quite a bit with tulle to mess with this little roof piece. You'll see it's in the wrong spot right now. I just left it for a little while and I came back to it. But by utilizing that awning in that area, it made it so we actually had some texture to that one part of the roof. I really wish that the roofs didn't look so flat in the game, but you know, there's only so much we can do about that. And I think adding that little bit of texture there with that one overhang really did add a lot of personality to this build. Anyway, I'm just trying to figure out the general shape here. I just was experimenting and figuring it out as I went. And I tried to fill up the lot a little bit with a mixture of like random fences and fencing in the backyard. So there ends up being more space that I didn't utilize on this lot because it's just a really big lot for a small house. So I did the best I could. I think it worked out okay in the end. And then if you did decide to live in this house and have your Sims play here, you could definitely have a lot of space to expand and turn this into a bigger home for your Sims family as they grow. So I'm just working on the landscaping now, and I will say I do cut out a lot of the landscaping because I kept changing my mind and adding so much stuff. I spent a lot of time on it. So some of the stuff will pop into place and you'll see it happen, and then other things, all of a sudden it'll be there. Anyway, we're working on the floor plan now. It's super simple. When you walk in, off to one side is the living and dining space, and then off to the other, we have the kitchen. There's a little hallway that brings you to the bedrooms and into the bathroom. At first, I was thinking I was only going to have one bedroom in this house, but I really wanted it to be a family home, so I did extend the back out here in a little bit to add a second bedroom. So that's what we're doing here now. It worked out pretty well. It's a small second bedroom. I did imagine it as a child's bedroom, so you'll see that when we decorate it. And then I decided I really wanted to play around with the floor tiles instead of terrain paint for the pathways here, which I think really made this house come to life. I used so much terrain paint, not that much tile usage on the outside of builds, so this was just such a breath of fresh air, and it came out so cool. I don't know. I'm really in love with how this house looked. It's very simple, the shape of the house, but something about it just makes me really happy. There's even a pool out back. I have like this little driveway space for your Sims to park their car. And now we're starting with the weird fences that I put around the lot. I wanted to use the same one that I'm seeing on the neighbor lot so that it kind of blends in a little bit better. But I just wanted it to, go around the house a little bit and make this lot feel less empty, and I think adding these fences really did help with that. But you could probably get rid of a decent amount of budget on this house and get back a lot of simoleons by deleting the fences, because there's a lot of unnecessary fences on this lot, but I think it looks nice in the end, so I wasn't too upset about that, and I don't think the house is too wildly expensive anyway. But working on some more landscaping here, I'm scaling up some trees and placing them all around. We got some palm trees. We got all sorts of different trees. I even have a Joshua tree here. I just thought it looked nice. And since this world is sort of like California inspired, I thought that made sense to be here. And yeah, just placing a couple of things all around, trying to make this look as lively and put together as I possibly could. And trying to figure out what I want to have in the backyard. How many trees is too many trees? I decided that tree was too tall, so I got rid of that one in the end. And I also added a bird feeder outside, and this terrain paint is like scorched sand or burnt earth or something like that. And I thought that looks kind of nice, making the grass a little bit more like ruined from the heat. I thought that made a bit of sense in a warmer climate like this, and I didn't keep it everywhere. I do have like a couple of patches of really bright green grass. I liked that as well. And then this is the pool. I laid it out where I have these really cool tiles that I have all over the lot surrounding it. I just thought that that looks really cool. I was having a lot of fun with it, especially because I struggle with backyards so often. So I thought having like a structured pool over on the side really helped with this space. And it ends up being a pretty small backyard. There's only really room for the pool, a couple of loungers, some plants, and we end up having the monkey bars out back as well for the child in this house. Also, these bushes that I'm putting out back, these are just from the regular catalog. I do end up getting rid of those in the end because I decided to use one that I like a little bit better. That is from the Show Live Edit Objects catalog instead. You'll see that here momentarily, and there is the car I decided to plop outside. Oh, my absolute favorite thing about this build though. I used this ivy that is in Show Live Edit Objects from the wedding pack, and I scaled it up and then shoved it down into the ground with tulle. And these giant pink flowers look so beautiful on the side of this building. I was really happy with that, really proud of that. And yeah, let me know what you think of it because I think it looks really cool. And I'm probably going to be overusing those items in the future because they're so pretty. But here I am messing around with some more of that terrain paint. As I had mentioned, we have this like pop of green there. And I also wanted it to give the illusion that the pool area was fenced off, but I didn't actually want to put a fence there. So I put like a fence on either side so it kind of looks like the fence is open. But we're inside now and working on the kitchen. I had originally placed down these Jungle Adventure counters as just placeholders, but I decided I really liked them in the end, and it's been a while since I used them, so those ended up being the counters we used in here, and then I'm using a base game, a fridge, and stove. And I think this sink might be from the Cool Kitchen pack. We also end up having a kitchen table in addition to having a dining space, which is always nice when I can find space to do that and, you know, getting my cutting boards. I almost called them cork boards. I didn't put a cork board in this house. That's another item I use a lot though. But the cutting boards that I put everywhere are in here, and I also got some aprons. That's such a nice item. That was something I was really excited about when we got that update last year. I think those were in a Sims Delivery Express around the holidays, and aprons, that's just such a nice clutter item. There's so many really nice things we've gotten over the years as far as like simple clutter is concerned, and I hope we get more. Anyway, over here is the entryway, once again using tulle to move that mirror down on the wall because for some reason we can't move mirrors down. We can move them up, but not down. That's always bothered me, but with tulle I was able to lower it a little bit because it was too tall, too high up on the wall. And then we just have a painting here in the entryway, which I thought looked really pretty. And I actually really loved the layout of this house. It came together really quickly. This whole house actually came together really quickly. I was just having a lot of fun with it. And I think it might be because it's a simpler shaped house. It's a smaller home. And a lot of the focus was on the landscaping and trying to make a relatively simple looking home look really exciting. And I think I achieved that. I really like this house. Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll think it's boring, but I really love how this came out. So it was just a really fun one to do. I had a blast, and so I hope you will enjoy it. If you would like to download it, I will make sure to upload this to the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You can also find it under the hashtag Miss Gryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below as well. Anyway, this is the living room space. You kind of already saw me doing all of it. I was talking over it. But we just have our TV with a couple of items under it, a few clutter items. I didn't want it to seem too messy, but I wanted the space to still feel lived in. We have magazines, our little remote, a nice little candle. It just seems really cozy. I really like this space. And then the last thing I add is a painting over the couch. Then I add a massive fireplace in here. And I normally wouldn't have thought to put this fireplace in here, which is from Cottage Living. It's not exactly the vibes of this house, except I recently posted video that was me building a home based off of New Mexico, and this is a very similar style of house to a lot of the other houses I was seeing there, not the style I ended up going with, but when I was looking at tons of reference pictures, anything in that area of the country, if they had fireplaces, they seemed to be like a lot of like cobblestone and stuff, so I thought that was a fun fireplace to add in here. Anyway, This is the bathroom. We just have a shower tub combo, that base game one with the curtain around it. I thought that that worked nicely. And then we're moving into the primary bedroom, which I played around forever trying to figure out a bed, but I ended up going with this base game one in the end that has like a more traditional headboard. And this room is just very neutral and I think calming. There's a nice bed and matching bedside tables. We end up getting lamps on either side of that and like a little bit of clutter so it looks lived in. So I think we end up with some books and stuff and a plant. I keep it very simple though. That was like the whole vibe of this whole house. I was having fun decorating it, fun building it, but I didn't want to overclutter the space. So hopefully that is okay. It's probably easier to customize this way, but I also have so much fun fully decorating spaces sometimes. So I kind of go back and forth. Let me know which way you prefer. But anyway, here are those books and the little plant I'm going to be grabbing. And I believe I add a clock over on the dresser I added in this space, as well as a mirror above that. And that should be it for this bedroom, and we should be heading into the kids' room, which is fully inspired by the curtains I put down, which I never noticed before that blue swatch had like sports equipment and like balls on it. So that is what I took for inspiration, and I decided to use this wallpaper from Parenthood that has all of the sports on it, and yeah, decorated from there. There's a lot of Parenthood being used in this bedroom. From the bedside table, well, not the bedside table, the actual bed. The bedside table is actually from base game. But I enjoyed adding a bunch of like posters. I was thinking this kid was particularly into soccer because I put down a couple of soccer posters. And then I also end up grabbing the lamp, like the bedside table lamp that is a soccer ball. And yeah, just getting some clutter around the space. I love the floor clutter there. That's from Parenthood with like the books and t-shirts spilling out of the backpack. I think it's so cute. And then I'm just going to be moving the toy chest over to the other side of the room because I decided I needed a dresser over here. And once again, that is from Parenthood because matching wood swatches are important to me. It also introduced another color into this room, this green, which I didn't mind. I feel like it's fun to have a variety of colors in a kid's room. So that's what I did here. And then I'm just getting a mirror up here, and I can't remember if I put any clutter on the dresser. I feel like I must. Oh, yeah. I added a piggy bank, which is actually like a unicorn bank, and some books, and that should be pretty much it for this room. And we're just getting the last couple of touches outside with these things by the pool so you can lounge, finishing some landscaping and getting some monkey bars, and then we're heading on into screenshots. I really hope you enjoyed this build. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already and click that bell to be notified when I upload. Thank you so very much for watching. Enjoy the screenshots and I will see you all soon. Bye everyone.